Woo! I am churning out these reviews today. This is my Beverly Hills review. This is going to be 2 in 1. So I'll be doing episodes 2 and 3. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did 5 reviews in one day. Yes, I want to jump out this window right now, but you know what? I'm going to finish this review first. But as y'all know, Beverly Hills is my favorite franchise, so even reviewing this, it doesn't feel like work. But on that note, let's get into the episode. So we open up the episode with Garcelle, and she's talking to Sutton on the speakerphone. She's driving to see Kyle. I've just missed it so much. Anyway, she's meeting her for a one-on-one to clear the air. Next scene, we cut to Erica, and she's with her glam squad, and she's picking out her wardrobe for the trip coming up. And while she's doing that, Sutton comes by in person to come talk to her. So it looks like Sutton and Erica have definitely bonded. I'm guessing especially because they're both girls from the South. Now Sutton is basically discussing what she's been up to, how she's doing, and like her housing situation. And that's all good, but right now I don't care, so I'm gonna fast forward. So next we see Garcelle meeting with Kyle, and I just gotta say, I love that this season Garcelle has really stepped up with the fashion. Now that's not to say last season that she didn't look good, but something this season is just a little more elevated, and I'm here for it. So it looks like Kyle is the one that initiated this meeting with Garcelle. And Kyle is telling her that she thought that their friendship started out great, and then all of a sudden it just went to shit. Now, what I think what happened was they started out great, but Kyle was just she was being fake. That's basically what it was. She was more preserved about her image, and she didn't want to piss Garcelle off, or she didn't want to like look bad or get canceled. And that's basically how I think the other ladies were with Garcelle too. Instead of just being themselves around her and stop worrying about the cameras like Sutton was, maybe she would have had like a better relationship. Anywho, she tells Garcelle she wants to start from scratch, but then Garcelle needs to talk about the charity situation because she told her that the charity situation cut her to the core. She cut her to the core, like Mimi from Love and Hip Hop. And she tells Kyle, would you have said that to a white woman? I was like, ooh, she's going there. She is really going there. Now, I personally didn't think it was racially motivated by Kyle because as we can see, like, I think that if it was Camille that Kyle was talking to, she probably would have tried to put her on blast on Front Street too. And let's not forget this happened between Nene and Kenya as well as another season when they were talking about a charity event and someone not paying. So I didn't see it like that, but I can totally, when Garcelle broke it down, I could see how her as a black woman feels as like another white woman telling her she don't pay her bills or anything. Now I'm sure for the people that aren't black watching Beverly Hills Housewives, this is a very teachable moment, and it really sucks because Garcelle isn't entitled to teach anybody on this show anything, but I'm glad she is. And I love that Garcelle is basically sharing her experience to try to like get Kyle to see where she's coming from. Because being black in America is exhausting. Now try being black and a female, or black and gay, or a black gay female. How about that? But yes, Kyle apologizes and says that was never her intention. And after this conversation, it looks like they're in a better place now. So next scene, we're with Crystal, the new housewife, at her home with her kids and her nanny. And I gotta say, it's really refreshing to not have 1, but 2 minority housewives on a franchise. Wow, she is really just listing her husband's resume, like all his movies. Like, she's really giving me like an Asian Yolanda Foster. Like, she loves her husband. She loves how great he is. He's done a lot of great things. I mean, he directed the fucking Lion King. Okay, getting to know her more, it seems like she's extremely well organized, almost to the point of being OCD. Her brother is a pop star, but living with her during COVID, and now he's her nanny. Just very interesting. I'm just like, wow, what an interesting life she has. So next scene, we're at the airport where the lady's about to go to Lake Tahoe, and Of course they're flying private. I mean, how else would they do it? Commercial? No, that's peasant for them. Even their traveling clothes is glamorous. I just can't with this franchise. So they kiki for a bit, they get on the plane. We see that Garcelle is just super afraid of small planes, and I don't blame her. I'm surprised Kyle didn't get afraid as well, because I remember past seasons she was afraid of small planes. But anywho, that's for y'all who've been watching since day one. So as they land, the scenery is just gorgeous, like super gorgeous. Like everything these ladies do, they do it big and glamorous. Like they could go to Yonkers and make it glamorous. No offense to anybody in Yonkers, I'm just saying. So they get to the property and it is an estate. It is 17 bedrooms, 18 baths on 15 acres with a private chef. Child, I'm poor. I am poor. Like, this is how you do it. This is why this is my favorite franchise. Like, that's how you do it. So this is a pretty funny scene. Like, so all the ladies are like choosing their rooms right now, and most of them are like, where are my bags? Like, where are my bags? So they go back to the front and they realize that there's no like butler or anyone to get their bags. And they're just like, we gotta get our own bags? Like, God forbid they have to get their own bags. So yeah, like this is roughing it for them. So we're with Kyle now, and she's in her confessional saying that her and her sister Kathy, she's glad that they're speaking again because they weren't at one point. I'm thinking it's because of that show she did about her life, and then I think both her sisters weren't speaking to her, but it's so crazy how she fell out with Kim and she fell out with Kathy. I'm starting to think that Kyle is the common denominator and it's you, girl. But Miss Kathy Hilton, she is a character. Like, she acts like she's high 24/7. So they're all in the living room kikiing, and Kyle is the one that's making dinner for this evening. And she goes to talking to them, and she forgets that she's the one cooking the food until she hears the smoke alarm, and she burnt the salmon. Like, that salmon looks so good. What a waste. Kyle, you had one job, and y'all had a personal chef. Why are you trying to do that? Why are you trying to get into the kitchen and cook? Like, it's vacation. And it looked like she's serving that burnt ass salmon anyway. Well, at least the ladies are eating it. They're being nice about it. I'm guessing there wasn't no Uber Eats in the middle of the forest. So then Sutton again has gifts for everybody. Like, Sutton stays with the gift. I'm gonna start calling Sutton Santa for these ladies. So they all have these little cute bags with Sutton's name on it. They all open it and it's flask. And I gotta say, that is a great gift because I would definitely use it. Now, Kathy Hilton, she is such a space cadet. Like, she's like, well, I don't know what I will put in this. I think I'll put mouthwash in it. Bravo, keep her on this show. Y'all struck gold. Please keep Kathy Hilton on this show. Wow, and as Kyle is clearing the table, we see that hardly anybody touched their food, and I do not blame them. So now a little later in the evening, Dorit brings up a game that everybody should play, 2 truths and a lie. Now, for all intents and purposes, I'm just going to say the ones that stood out to me. So for Crystal, she's saying that she worked for an escort company, but she wasn't an escort, she just worked the phones. Okay, girl. How old did you meet your man when you met him? The director of The Lion King, how old were you? I mean, it's kind of like the girl who said, oh yeah, I work at a strip club, but nope, I was the hostess, I was the bartender. Now, Erica's is interesting as well. She said that she worked for the mob, and she said she also wore a wire as a witness for, I'm guessing, a criminal case. Now, with this, she doesn't even want to disclose which one was the truth. And let's just say that's foreshadowing, and I love it. I am so glad we're going to see the whole thing when it starts, from the divorce to the accusations, all of it. I hope it's going to be in the next episode too. And of course, next, what was interesting was Crazy Kathy. And Kathy is crazy with a K. So instead of saying 2 truths and a lie, she just says all 3 truths, because I'm thinking she just didn't understand the game. Now it's funny because I was hoping to see other women and what they would say, but the producers just cut it out for me. So it just made my job easier. So as most of the ladies are going to turn in for the night, Sutton, Crystal, and Kyle all stay down to have a drink. And the topic of conversation with them is Kyle's relationship with Garcelle. Now before they get into that conversation, we cut to Garcelle going to Lisa Rinna's room. And it seems like Garcelle wants to talk to Lisa about her confusion of them being cool after the lunch that they previously had. While Garcelle is really holding Rinna to the fire about Denise. I mean, I get it. Like, if you're going to treat somebody I know like this, I mean, how do I know I can trust you? But, ooh, did Rinna throw Denise under the bus last season? So, I mean, I kinda get it. Kinda. A little bit of me saying like, Garcelle, this ain't your fight. Just move on with Rinna. But yes, Garcelle says she just simply can't trust Rinna. And Rinna's saying, well, I can't guarantee or promise you that I won't come after you, which sounds weird, but I'm guessing she doesn't want to hold herself to any high standard. And Garcelle, that's a hard pill for her to swallow because she was mentioning something about not being able to be angry as a black woman, and totally get that, especially from seeing Real Housewives of New York earlier today with Miss Luann. But Garcelle says she's having problems with displaying anger because of these stereotypes that she doesn't want to be labeled as. But in the end, Garcelle tells Lisa that she just needs some time with her. And it seemed like this conversation went better than the dinner they had in the first episode. But knowing Rinna on these past few seasons and how messy she is, I'm sure she's gonna fuck up again. So now we cut back to Sutton, Kyle, and Crystal and their conversation about Garcelle. So as Kyle is recapping her relationship with Garcelle to Crystal, Sutton lets her know that Garcelle responds to people being real. Like, you can't be fake and then be trying to call her out on stuff. To which Kyle disagrees and says she didn't start out fake to Garcelle. And then she says about the whole charity thing to Crystal. And even Crystal hearing this, saying that Garcelle didn't pay for the charity, the look on Crystal's face when she heard Kyle say that, like, she even knows the implications of accusing a black woman of not paying. Now, Kyle explains that she regrets it once Garcelle really broke it down for her, and Sutton assures Kyle that, oh, I know you didn't mean it like that with any type of racial implication. And Crystal interjects and brings some nuance to the conversation being had. Now, she's just saying that she can really identify with Garcelle because of stereotypes against Asians. And as a person that's not white, she immediately understood where Garcelle was coming from. And while Crystal's talking, Sutton immediately just interrupts her. Like, I'm just like, wait a minute, what did Crystal say that was wrong, Sutton? Because Sutton is like getting that little Luann reflex and is getting like, oh, don't bring this racial stuff into. I'm like, where did this come from? And I'm really shocked that it's coming from Sutton, seeing that like how great she got along with Garcelle. Like, I'm thinking there was a miscommunication there that Sutton didn't hear. And it's crazy because I'm seeing this after I watched New York and Ebony's situation with Luann, and this situation definitely mirrors that and how Sutton is addressing Crystal right now. And I'm really questioning how Sutton, as a white woman, is trying to tell an Asian woman about being disenfranchised as well. Like, oh my God, Sutton, stop talking, please. Yikes, this is not a good look. I don't know why Sutton is going so hard. I really think she misinterpreted what Crystal was trying to say. It's like these white women ironically come off racist by trying so hard not to look racist. Really crazy. So now they're getting into it, and Kyle, she don't know what to do at this point. And Crystal is asking Sutton, are you for real right now? And she turns to Sutton and says, I bet you one of those women that say they don't see color, aren't you? Aren't you? And Sutton is like, are you for real? And Crystal's like, you don't see color, don't you? Aren't you that girl? Aren't you that girl? And then we see a big to be continued on the house. Oh my God. I enjoyed this episode, and I'm so glad that I'm watching it, and right after I can review episode 3. So we're gonna get right into that. So episode 3 starts, and we are right where we left off with this color conversation. Oh Lord, here come the tears. I really don't see color. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sutton, you're disappointing me. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Lord, here we go. White guilt in the beginning of the episode. First 30 seconds. Like, don't they know? Like, don't these women know that saying you don't see color is terrible? I don't get it. Now Kyle's saying she stay up at night thinking about her conversation with Garcelle. I'm not sure why Sutton is upset right now. I really don't get it. Like, Crystal, poor Crystal right now, she just like, she just looking off right now. Let's not do it. Sutton, I'm sorry, you need to like take off the rose-colored glasses, but yes, racism exists, color exists, so yeah. Wow. Garcelle needs to be down here for this conversation. Oh, Crystal. Crystal is talking to the confessional. She's just saying, well, maybe Sutton is like from that generation that they were just taught that. She's 20 years older than me. Then we get a producer's note that Sutton is only 12 years older than Crystal. The effortless shade is what I appreciate. I'm sorry. 20 years older. Okay, I'm done. So unfortunately, in this conversation, they're going to agree to disagree because Crystal, I really feel bad for her in this moment right now, for her trying to explain her view to two white women, especially one next to her that's really not getting it. And yeah, so they just head on to bed and we're on to the next day. So all the ladies are downstairs talking, and again, we are seeing that Kathy Hilton is quite the character. She came to Kyle's room in the middle of the night. Kyle is naked in the bed. She gets in the bed with Kyle and just starts eating potato chips at 1 a.m. in the morning. I love it. I love Kathy right now. Please, Kathy, do not say a microaggression. I want to like Kathy Hilton because Sutton has failed me. Oh my God. Production is still showing us Kathy right now. She's drinking a Red Bull at 1:30 in the morning and she's just reading a newspaper. Like it's Sunday afternoon. So we see Crystal come downstairs and Sutton just looks shaken. Like I hope they talk about this in front of all the other ladies. So this is being filmed when the election, I think, is like just days away. So now the ladies are talking about the election, and I didn't know Lisa Rinna was on The Apprentice, so she's talking about her experience with Donald Trump. But it looks like everyone at this table is a Democrat, or everyone at this table just hates Donald Trump. I'm gonna say that. So the ladies are about to do the activity, but before they do that, Sutton wants to talk to Crystal one-on-one. And Sutton says that she doesn't want Crystal to think that she's not sensitive to her race or another culture. And she feels offended that Crystal said, oh, you're that girl. You're that girl, aren't you? And I think it was warranted because Sutton came at her for no reason. Now, since this episode aired, we see that Sutton wrote this long-ass apology and Crystal already accepted it. But yeah, they're going back and forth right now, and then we get a commercial break. Fast forward, I am really surprised that in 2021, someone is trying to explain to the white person that not seeing color is problematic. I'm really shocked that Sutton does not see this, but Crystal is breaking it down. And gosh, like, first we have Garcelle trying to explain, then we have Ebony trying to explain, and now Crystal. Jeez, it is not these women's job to educate these white women. It's really not. So they both leave this conversation with an understanding, and I'm guessing they're going to start fresh, but we'll see how long that lasts. So all the ladies are headed out on their activity. Kyle tries to go wake up her sister Kathy, to which Kathy says, leave me alone. And Kyle walks out, and they all leave her. I forgot to mention, Garcelle, this look right now, this, what color is this? This lavender blue hair? I kind of like it, and I kind of don't. I'm not sure yet. So the ladies are on this high mountaintop and they're on these little rail bikes. So it's 4 and 3 and they're riding and Sutton is really about to have a panic attack right now. So it's a little fun activity. It felt like this was just a one and done. Like they get there, they ride on the bikes, they on their way home again. So on the way back, Crystal and Sutton are actually bonding and sharing stories with one another about their life. So the ladies get back to the cabin, or should I say estate, and they're just checking on Kathy. Kathy is in the hallway, and she just tells Crystal, I was looking for eye drops, and I put eardrops in my eyes. Give her a show. Bravo, give her her own show now. She is really the comedic relief of the season already. We're only 3 episodes in. So really nothing is happening right now. Ladies are just enjoying each other's company and the scenery. Unfortunately, that doesn't work for the viewer like me or you. So yeah, I'm gonna fast forward just a little bit. I mean, COVID has affected all these franchises right now. So, I mean, thankfully Bravo is giving this to us. So it's whatever. I'm not gonna complain too much. So most of the ladies are off taking a nap, and now it's Sutton, Kathy, Kyle, and Garcelle. And they're just having a little interesting conversation about Kathy's daughter, Paris. And Garcelle's on the reel now, so she had to interview Paris, and she's just saying that she talks in her real voice. And then she says to Kathy that her daughter used to get on her nerves back in the day, and how Paris would be on her phone all the time. So then Kyle and Kathy's trying to explain to her that it was her anxiety mechanism because she was really shy. She would always just look at her phone. I thought production was going to try to start something now between Kathy Hilton and Garcelle now. I'm just like, oh my God. So we got 30 minutes to go, y'all. I'm hoping something happens. Something. So as all the ladies are getting ready for dinner, the only 2 people that are ready is Lisa Rinna and Garcelle. And again, we're treated to a very uncomfortable moment of small talk because it's still weird between them. Like they're literally talking about the weather to now the beam in the house. So right now, all the ladies are just at the dinner table talking. Nothing is going on yet. Like I'm waiting for something to comment on, y'all. And I'm just like, nothing is happening right now. I gotta say, Lisa Rinna is killing it with the confessional looks. Like, oh my God. So Sutton brings up at the table, well, at least on her end of the table, about their race conversation, how she got upset. And they're just trying to figure out why. They're saying like, well, race is a sensitive topic, but I'm guessing it's a sensitive issue for Sutton because she's from the South and she's white and people just automatically assume she's a racist, I guess. Like she's the one that's disenfranchised. I don't know. I don't like it, but okay. Oh, Dorit, bless her heart. She's just like, well, I've just been out the country so long, like all my life, that this is the first time I've heard that people from the South are mostly racist, or it's a stereotype. And here we go again, Sutton getting so defensive. All Dorit said was to Erica, I think it's because you've been in New York and LA most of the time where it's really multicultural, and Sutton hasn't. And then Sutton snaps at Dorit just now, and now everyone's just looking around the table. Sutton needs to seek therapy. That's what I think. Like she's so concerned about being seen as a racist. There's some type of subconscious there. I had so much high hopes for Sutton. I really am like disappointed. Now Crystal, she just laughs to herself and she looks so annoyed. She's like, why does shit have to be so intense with her? Like, she's not even a minority. Like, why is she tripping? I feel like Crystal. Like, I'm really curious of what Garcelle thinks, but she just said in her confessional, like, Sutton is probably going through something and they probably just need to lay off her. I don't know, Garcelle. Like, you can't hold Kyle to the fire, but not hold Sutton to the fire too. Like, I don't know. She has some type of guilt going on to have that type of reaction to Dorit as well as Crystal. Lord, now here we go. Thankfully, we have some comic relief with Miss Crazy Kathy Hilton, who gets an extra drink by accident. She's like, you know what? Just leave it. Let's do bottoms up. This woman drinks this entire straight martini. And for those of you that know, that's 3 ounces of vodka, just straight down. And now we have Dorit and Kathy racing to finish a martini, and they both finish it down the hatch. The other ladies look mortified. Erica's face, Kyle's face. But I think they're exaggerating their looks a little bit. Like, they're looking at Kathy right now like she just bit off a chicken's head at the table. Like, there's a look of fear and concern once they down those martinis. Lord, and Kathy wants to do one more. Dorit, are you doing another one? Just a look of concern. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing really going on, y'all, so I'm going to have to review this. Oh my God. Kathy Hilton didn't even drink vodka. That was water and olives. Oh my God. Keep her on this show, Bravo. She got them the down martini. So good. That was so good. I am impressed. That even had me fooled. So now we find out that Dorit texts Lisa and Erica, and now they're on the prank too. So now they're pranking Kathy. Child, what am I watching? What am I watching? Oh my goodness. Now Sutton is having a panic attack in the car because she wasn't in on the joke. And then Crystal is like, well, she lightly taps Sutton's leg and just like, don't ruin the joke. Like, Kathy is right there. And Sutton is like, why you hit my leg? Like, she is tripping. What is wrong with her? So it seemed like she has some type of anxiety of being left out of the joke. And even Garcelle is annoyed with her. Yeah, I see why in future episodes that her and Crystal bump heads. Because if I was Crystal coming to this situation, I'm like, who is this dizzy white bitch? So now Sutton gets off the car and she looks like she's just crying in front of all the ladies. And they're just all trying to wonder what is going on. She's thinking like the ladies been texting about her. She's paranoid. Yeah, damn it, I was liking Sutton too. Mrs. Peanut has just gone wild right now. I really don't want to do this. I really don't. Yeah, she is tripping, and now she's mad at Crystal for kicking her in the car. Crystal's had enough. She was like, dude, what is wrong with you? This was a joke about water. She says in her confessional that Sutton is extremely insecure. And look, if I had legs like Sutton and a top like Sutton, yeah, I'd be insecure too. She is really making a big deal about this, about a practical joke. Is she mixing wine and pills or something? This is really much to do about nothing. Nothing. Yeah, Sutton is like extreme. Like, they've just sat down 2 minutes explaining this joke to this woman. And Crystal is annoyed that everyone is just babying Sutton right now. So she's just saying, you're absolutely ridiculous. And then Sutton finds offense in that. And Crystal's just like, I'm sorry. Can we just move on? And Sutton's like, nice apology. Ooh, Crystal, yes. Sutton is just proving to me that she's the kind of person I thought she was last night. Ooh. Yes. I am liking Crystal. Sutton is literally shaken and riled up. Something is just not right there. Lord, what's about to happen? So, like, everyone goes to bed, the screen fades to black, and we see 45 minutes later, ... So we see Crystal talking to somebody, saying how crazy Sutton is and how it's just an unhealthy level for her. And then downstairs we see Sutton, kikiing with Kyle and Kathy. She brings her coat up and walks into Crystal's room, and then we have a to be continued fade to black ending. Producers, fuck you for this. What can possibly happen? Is Crystal gonna shoot her? And y'all, that is where the episode ends. Next week, I mean, it looks like a little bit more of the same thing. Sutton versus Crystal and Garcelle versus Renna. I'm wondering, when are we going to get to the good stuff? To Erica Jane's scandal? That's what I want to get to. But anywho, y'all, thanks for sticking out with me for 2 episodes in 1. I'm glad that I'm just finally caught up. All these videos should be out by tomorrow, I think, like New York as well as Beverly Hills. God, I gotta film Pop Roast on Thursday. My mom is coming on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so you'll see me on the panel with Maddie Rants. I might do a live if I have time, but yes, I might jump out this window afterward, but yes, I will post the video first. How about that? But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.